These are wonderful times to be alive. A phenomenal change in the Gaia consciousness is taking place, to which all life on Earth is invited to follow. At the culmination in 2012 she focused her conscience in giving birth to the fifth dimension in a new paradigm of existence. However, life in the lower dimensions remains complicated, intoxicated, poisonous, so that if he continued in this way could jeopardize the emergence of the new paradigm and the future viability of successful co-creative harmony for all life on Earth. Thus, a major cleaning is now needed to ensure the future of life on Earth in the fifth dimension. An old reality collapse mechanism is just beginning. What does this involve? Higher dimensional plan. My name is open, which is another way of being than a name. I am a bridge and work in higher dimensions of consciousness. I say this without arrogance, pride or ego. It's just as well. Of course you cannot believe me, which is entirely his prerogative. I say that claim to be the source of the sharing of this information. I suggest you take only what resonates for you. Find your own truth in what I am saying. I say what I am about to share. It is known to those in superior fourth dimensions that are working tirelessly and selflessly to facilitate change. Of course, there is much confusion, misinformation and even deception going on here. Therefore the need for a clear message. But of course I just offer a clear perspective to the extent that my own lens is clear. We always can only offer a perspective, not the absolute truth. I believe this message will be available for everyone. Although it is not expected that not even all need to accept it. Clearly the way the events currently taking place here and the speed with which the majority goes to the precipice of his own oblivion, this is a deeply sad fact. However, there is no need to allow this unconsciousness drag the whole planet down with it. Certainly not. There are many beings in evolution. The ascendant life is very looking forward to the new paradigm of harmony in the fifth dimension. For the future of new life be protected, I believe that a collapse mechanism of the old reality needs to happen now and that in fact already begun. Because a breakdown is needed. I see that the new reality will form around the old, the clean stone. If the base carcinogen remain as it currently is, so would jeopardize the entire new paradigm in higher densities. Even the higher frequency of Gaia would still be influenced by the lower realm of consciousness. As the Hopi prophesied accurately, a great cleaning should happen now. She is known in the higher realms as a major realignment. Gaia is one intense match-drawn life here on Earth suffered an intervention of a negative interdimensional consciousness that tried to bend the world to its control agenda. This infected the majority of people who take a lower existence, disconnected from its divinity and addicted to consume, disregarding both Gaia as other sentient lives. This is virulently cancerous to not only the planet, but also to their own souls. Gaia is an intense ties. She feels the pain of all sentient life as if it were her own. She feels the terror and despair of brutalized creatures in the food chain. She feels the extermination of fish, dolphins, whales, corals and other creatures caught in oceans are rapidly becoming acids. She feels pollution of its skies with fossil fuels, methane, radioactivity, radio and chemical trails. She feels poisoning the earth through mining, drilling, industrial agriculture and ruthless destruction of forests. She feels the confusion of society, the energy matrix in which humanity lives. She feels tortured every expression of it as a cell within your own body. And it must begin to transmute the pain to release the energy contained in this lower dimension and begin to compost this nightmare material that violates and infects everyone. How will this likely to happen? Post February 9, 2001. The collapse mechanism of the old reality has begun. The intervention is taking place through an interlocking package instigated energetic frequencies from the fourth dimension that had ensnared life here, causing even those who reincarnated were stripped of their old memories. The first task was benevolence: relax the power wires so that they can be removed one by one. Thus, the transition here would be softer and more easily manageable. The interdimensional layers of this intervention have already been implemented or are in the final stages of its operation. Removing the matrix of the third dimension based on intellect in which most of humanity still seems to be voluntarily enslaved. These entrenched, conditioned, unfair, unequal and inhuman behavior are proving to be difficult to break. But they have no place in the fifth dimension of the new Earth. Paradoxically, the feeling of lack of humanity's connection to its interior, the longing for security and control of the planet's resources, is the trip switch, triggering the collapse mechanism. Fortunately, there is a wave of human souls who are understanding the sense of urgency. They are reconnecting with the source and indeed are embarking on this change necessary. Thus, Gaia, who was until now awaiting human souls join the movement, is ready to begin this next phase. I believe that over time it will begin to break the surface of this reality through increasingly wild events in time with droughts, storms, earthquakes and volcanic activity. Meanwhile, his biomagnetic field decreases at the same time as solar activity increases. Ultimately, I see the composition of the atmosphere as changing with cleaning through the solar storms. I saw the change to the Earth becoming a crucible fire. Clearly any sophisticated life would be able to survive such a radical transformation in 3D. All the realities of buildings are created from karma, where there is a requirement, a longing for the souls evolve beyond the previous limit. On Earth, such a construction was formed in the 4D field so that souls were attracted to mutual learning. The challenge is to see beyond the veil. Gaia also asked this construction in the fourth dimension, but now they want more. As it is being removed away from Earth, the old reality will fall, while Gaia is the rise of their awareness of the third to the fifth dimension, creating here a new reality for exploration, development and growth. The challenge and the opportunity for life on the planet is moving through the fourth dimension of the veil that is moving away and join the Earth in the new paradigm of the fifth dimension. As life goes, the old karmic layer that forms this old reality will be torn from the lower densities and will be transferred through space/time for galactic nucleus being fragmented into consciousness elemental, from which over time new physical realities will take shape once again elsewhere in the cosmos. This is what happens in a black hole. It is like a vast, multidimensional washing machine cosmic. It breaks the density on your how much constituent of consciousness before emitting light across this galactic portal, something about which the main cosmologists like Stephen Hawking are now beginning to speculate. The Mayans accurately described on our way a supermassive black hole at the galactic center before modern science has discovered. Passing along this dark road, or Bishabulba as the Mayans more romantically describe, occurs with the retrograde motion of the Earth's polar axis to the dark rift in the galactic core. The Maya considered this as a journey to the underworld, a time of expanded consciousness bypassing the deepest fears. Certainly for me, this accurately describes the awareness sense being projected near the galactic core, but a fearsome place, but also of liberation and amazing rejuvenation, assuming that the soul can get rid of your unnecessary luggage. Here's a fascinating little video that describes what happens when a star is divided by a supermassive black hole. This is shared to provide a metaphorical sense of what happens when consciousness is attracted to a black hole. I'm not saying that the Earth's physical appearance will follow that route, not so soon. What I am saying is how it will happen: fragmentation, dissolution of the karmic layer of the fourth dimension that formed the project and the anchor of the old reality of the third dimension physical. As the world go by in the physical realm by karmic transformation of the fourth dimension, it will be greatly supported by the angelic realm, holding the space and light as the layer of the fourth dimension is torn from the Earth. You can imagine that they formed a network around the Earth to rescue lost souls. If we can help the souls to let go of your fears and control, so it can greatly help your transition to the fifth dimension, instead of going for the galactic core. Meanwhile, the new paradigm of the fifth dimension begin to take shape around the foundation stone of the old reality. Over time, the core of the third dimension of the Earth will accommodate, condense and promote the possibility of life in 3D here again, maybe millions of years in the future. How long is that humanity has? First, let me say that my view is a prophecy. Even as I'm talking about something happening in the immediate future. I say this because I already believe an irreversible line of events was started, like dominoes knocking on each other. Various changes described above become increasingly inevitable. However, the exact time is not set in stone. Humanity really holds the key to do this quickly or slowly continue. If all mankind to protect the environment, the window of opportunity can be extended. Currently, shares of humanity are rapidly shortening the lifetime of the old reality. So it is unlikely that in the near future remains viable for the existence of the third dimension on Earth. What this means is that for those who can understand my message, the time really has come to drive their own development, their destiny back into their own hands. It's time to go inside and embark on the inner journey of expanding consciousness through dimensions, through 5 portals in the 5th dimension. The new paradigm of the 5th dimension is a magical place to be. It is a place of indescribable harmony, joy and interconnectedness where all life is respected and valued. Just a disconnect with the divine. We live in alignment. Our goal is not to grind and corrupt for some material result. Instead we will explore the abundant wonders of the universe to learn, evolve and grow. It is truly a magical existence, a golden age. You can start living this way now. You are encouraged to facilitate their transition to the new paradigm. Despite the fact that the old reality even temporarily control the world's resources and despite the fact that you have to work within it for some time, it is important that the rising people to change their loyalty to the new form of existence. Tune with the divine, seeking inner peace, to align with the flow of the soul, observe and respond synchronicity, become one with Mother Earth. What you will find is that when tuning in, this flow will start the collapse that will carry you through the crucible of change in a more edifying way, empowering and invigorating. The old layers will be removed from your reality and as a resplendent dragonfly your new state of being emerges. So why the souls that are not part of the new paradigm? Currently there is a small minority of beings who are truly committed to the path. Over time, many more will likely see themselves as the reality. But still, most will probably struggle and strive to remain attached to the old reality, at least this is the current trend. This means that many do not have the vibrational level to achieve a new awareness to the window is closed. In this case, new stocks will be available in other constellations, compatible for vibration level and evolution of each. Life in the universe works tirelessly towards harmony, balance and alignment everywhere, thankfully. See the veils of the past, open your eyes cosmic. Over time the old reality will be taken from the earth as the new paradigm of the 5th dimension settles. Know that there is a lot to absorb and digest. But the more we invest in the exploration of its cosmic top US, most obviously this becomes possible. However, if you keep adjusting your awareness to the limitations of the old reality, then your higher self will continue appearing to be out there and you will continue keeping bound in the old consciousness. I do not wish or hope that people blindly accept or believe what I am sharing, what I feel right now and what is still scheduled to happen. But I was drawn to this text for some reason. Partly perhaps because you resonated with him. In this case, I invite you to remain open to the possibility of what I am sharing. Then, ask about what you are actually witnessing have been molded around you. Be aware that before the enlightenment you were seeing the world through subconscious veils, about what you'd rather it happen or was resistant to what is happening. Be aware that this may be happening to you. Work to feel the contractions that cause these veils. I outlined a way to process the inner tension, the density, the source of pain, of karma. I believe there is a bright future waiting for us. But it will only be truly rosy, if you remove the color pink lenses. Will be spectacular. What some will see as catastrophic, it's for sure. He will challenge you to the core. But if you embrace change completely, so it will free it and expand it in ways unimaginable. The possibility to really test the limitation of small third dimension and unfold the wings of his truly glorious cosmic US 5th dimension that is waiting for you. You will begin to see it in a totally different way. More and more you will feel good about it and embrace what is likely to come. It's time to embrace the cosmic radical transformation of the earth and dive into the central stream of her immaculate home that is coming. All the way to the 5th dimension.